It's a beautiful day that Yahweh has made. I am the angel Gabriel. I am the one sent. I am the strong angel written of in your Bible that would come in the last days. My Father's name is like a breath. It is YHH. And when my Father came, he came in the name that you knew, which was Yahweh. Yahweh ben Yahweh, totally misspelled and totally not his divine name. This is largely for the nation, those of you in the nation of Yahweh. My Father came to me and said, Gabriel, tear down those walls. And it is because a wall is around you, and ever since my Father departed, you have not advanced. What you have failed to realize is that there are two of us. First one is the Father. The second one is me, his angel Gabriel. Now my Father came to meet with me, and he knew that the mission is mine. He's not going to take back what he gave to me. He speaks to, in reference to that in Psalms 89, 21 through 37. He said, I will not take my blessing away from him. And there are other things mentioned in the writing also that you need to see. Now in Hebrew 10, 9 and 7, it is about Yahweh ben Yahweh, and it is about me. And he tells you, you read it, Hebrew 10, read 9 first, because about him, and 7 is about me. And it tells you, say, I take away the first to establish the second. I am the second. So my Father came to meet with me, not to resurrect you. He taught you from the Bible, but he didn't take that Bible apart. That's my job. He didn't resurrect you. You are not at that level that you are resurrected. You are caught up in a stalemate. You're in a box. He said, break down the wall. And you refuse to go further because you reject me. Well, I am sent by him. I am a part of him. And you can see this if you look in Isaiah 42 and 1. You see that I am a part of my Father. And it tells you that in the scripture that I am created much higher than the angels. So who or what is higher than the angels? The Son. Then the Father first, and then the Son. So you need to go to my blog and do your study and get your name moved from Satan's book. Because the name that you're keeping is not my Father's name. See, what you don't understand is that the Wah was put into the name by Satan as an attempted coup on my Father. This is why they wrote in the fictional character Jesus and try to sit it on my Father's throne. That's attempted coup. Well, when I come, when I am sent, I am to make this known to you so that you can drop these names that you think you know and that think represent my Father, and they don't, but will really send you straight to hell. There was an associate of mine said once, hell is going to be paved with people with good intentions. And you do. I know a lot of you. I met a lot of you. You all have good intentions. And so do I, because I don't intend to let those who don't resist me fall into Satan's hands. So I'm sent to resurrect you. I'm sent to tell you that the Bible is not my Father's book. The first Bible written 1611. You study, some of y'all study in depth. I've seen some of you. I've seen some of your work. You study, the Bible is not my Father's book. 1611. And the name Jesus, which I know you all, most of you got past that Jesus business. But just in case, that came about in the 1800s. So you all know better. You met my Father. He introduced me to you all. Some of you want to know where I came from. I didn't come through the temple. I came from the temple. The temple. That's right. When I met you all, I had been resurrected for quite a while. And some of you were amazed at how I could sit across the table from my Father and we communicated. That's right. And so you want to know where I came from. I come from the most high place. I am the Son. I am the pillar. I am the resurrection. I am the life. I am the light bringer. That's right. I am your life. I come with your life. The souls that Satan took from you, the whole world, I have those souls. Right now they belong to me. But what I want you to do is to go and to study and to see that you can get your souls back. I want you to have them. And as you get your soul back, but you must obey. You will look this up. Look in the book and see how many times my Father told you, obey his voice. He told you, said, I send an angel to lead you, to guide you, to show you the way. That's right. You knew that Gabriel's coming, however misspelled it is in the Bible, because not spelled right. My name is spelled Gabryal. But go to Gabryal Mission .blogspot.com, and in there is nothing but the resurrection. I break down everything that Satan has done to you, every false god, all these false gods, every one of them under my feet. So why should you, knowing that I'm here, why should you fall prey to that? You are caught in a stalemate by those who supposedly be, they can't lead you anywhere. You're going in these temples, you don't need to be there. Go to your room in your house or your office and study my blog. Don't be hindered by gathering in dead groups. No group is going to rise. None. I don't care who sit before him. I don't care who lead it. Not even under me are all of you going to rise in a big group at the same time. This is an individual thing. This is personal between you, my Father, and I. It's personal. So as your mind begin to fall in place and you begin to regain what Satan took from you, you will follow my instructions. You will obey my voice. You will realize who I really am and come to me through my Gmail in there, and then I will contact you. But don't try to contact me if you haven't followed my voice, if you haven't obeyed my voice, because I'm not going to answer to frivolous questions and frivolous people trying to enter their name in. I know who has risen and who's not. My Father did not send me ignorant. I know where you are. And I see many of you as worthy to be saved. But you got to study. You haven't done your job. What you did, you sat down under my Father and you went through the Bible. He didn't dissect it. I'm the one dissecting. I'm sent to dissect it. I'm sent to tear it apart because it's a book of Satan, and to bring you back to what is written in the book of the law. I am the writer of the book of the law. When my Father said, what you see right in a book, he was talking to me long before you came into existence. That's right. So you all need to wake up. Come out from under these that are hating Gabriel. If any of you know where Solomon is, send him to my blog, and I have a Gmail. I want him to contact me. That's right. I want him to contact me. I lost a lot of your numbers that I had when I went swimming, and my phone got drowned in the ocean. So I lost a lot of my contacts. My New York contacts, my Florida contacts, Georgia, and all the other states where I had contacts, I lost those contacts. So I'm going to have to go some way in the news and get these people back. And hopefully they continue studying. But I love all of you all. You have seen no flaws in me. That's right. My Father told you. See, you got to listen when he is talking. He told you to hear him. Listen to him. He told you that I was coming. That's right. My Father is not the Messiah. Neither did he claim to be. He said, I am, and hear me well. He said, I am the self-proclaimed son. Of course, he is a son because he is born of a female. Same as me. I am his son. That's right. He said, I am the mighty God. I'm not God. I'm not, so to speak to you, that's what you understand. I am not my Father, yet I carry a part of my Father. I'm not him. I don't attempt to sit my Father's throne. That's right. My Father knows that I'm smarter, I'm more brilliant than that. So the kids understand what he said. He never told you that he was Messiah, simply means messenger. That was given to me from my onset, when he first made me. That was given to me before anything, before the angel, before the earth was, and all its surroundings in the earth. These things were given to me, and there's no way he's going to take it back. He can't lie. What you ought to try to do is destroy my Father, because if he came as the messenger, he would destroy himself. He is not, was not, never tried to be your resurrection. He taught you what you knew in the Bible and had you read it, and there was no dissecting. That's right. He let you know that he wasn't Jesus. Now, any of you should have known that. Ain't no dead man talking, and ain't no dead man walking, ain't no dead man can resurrect you, and plus can't nobody kill God. What you so used to be. Can't nobody kill my Father. Not even me. I am shielded by him and my brothers all the way. You can read it. That's right. I expected better of you all. But then you pulled away. You allowed someone to pull you away. And see, if you weak like that, you will fail. You cannot come to me being weak. You cannot come to me being resentful. That's right. You cannot come to me hating me or despising me. Don't resist me. Do as I ask you to do. I didn't ask you for anything but to study. You aren't following one of the smallest verses in the Bible, but one of the strongest. 2 Timothy 2:15 tell you to take that Bible and dissect it. That's what it's telling you to do. There's something here that don't go together. So take and throw out the trash and keep that is good. And if you go to Revelation 5 and read it 1, 3, 4, 2, and 7. And you'll see that my Father was not that. My Father was not the messenger. It's me. It was him that sent me. Children of the Father, you need to get a better understanding. Because you're going off the deep end. You're crawled into a box, and the box will not allow you to break out and go get into the kingdom. If you read again, you see that the kingdom is mine. It belonged to me. That's another reason that I am sent to resurrect you. I am to populate the kingdom, which has always been there from the beginning. Father tells you, we built it then. For other words, our plan is ending from his beginning. And even more scriptures than that. We built the kingdom before you. But however, all my children from the other planets, the Antilles, and all of that and other places, they cannot enter in until I take them in. This is the finishing of my work. And my Father tell you that I come to finish it. He starts it, I come to finish it. I am the finisher. And I shall, must, and will populate the kingdom with souls that are worthy. So don't resent me, love me like I love you. I love most of you more than you love yourself. That's right. I laid down my life, a perfect life, to come into this hell to live with my Father's children. Nation of Yahweh, I'm talking to you are heavily in this, even though this is for the whole world, all nations. But I want to point it out to you where you are, because you think that you have eternal life. You don't. You're just as lost as the rest of the world, or more so, because you reject me. You can't do that. Now you come into my kingdom. You need to embrace me. You need to obey my voice. That's right. You have no, I tell you like I tell the Jews, you have no advantage on any of these people. That's right. Whether Russia, China, Korea, or India, or Great Britain, you name it, Germany, it doesn't matter. You have no advantage on any other nation. The advantage that any of you all have is how much you study, how much you and how well you obey my voice. That's right. 2 Thessalonians 4:16 tell you that my Father comes down with the voice of the archangel, not in himself. He comes down with the voice. He said, I made this body for me. I'm not going to quote it just the way it's written in his Bible, because my Father right there needs to me. That's right. He said, I made this body. And then in Isaiah 42, he tells you, say, look at him. So you know that I'm still here above you. And it tells you that I will be here until we do the Exodus. I'm the one to take you into the Exodus. And again, what it took Satan 26,000 years to do to you, I will turn it around and correct it in a lifetime. That's how much more powerful, how much more brilliant, how much more learned I am than he. And he had the audacity to challenge my Father because he was jealous. You were with me. All of you through an eternity, you were with me, where you lived in bliss, flawless. That's right. None of these debts and jobs and bills and fighting and wars and killing and fatherless babies and the list goes on. None of that was amongst you. You were a righteous people. And that's why it is written, only the righteous, hear me well, only the righteous shall see my Father. When you come before me and I send you down or send you in, only those who go into the kingdom are going to meet my Father. He's not going to come before you sinful. He's not coming before sinful people. That's right. And you eat anything and you do anything. That is why he called you. He said you were like filthy rags. Eating swine guts. Think about it. Satan has taken you mighty low. To the ground, he's taken you under the ground. Why? Because he's called you to be buried with what he's feeding you. He has taken away longevity from you. He took away your eternal life. Stole your soul. And then he took away longevity over time, still feeding you stuff that you would normally resist. That's right. Stuff that you would normally resist, he took away from you. People, wake up. Think, put your caps on. You all, I know a lot of you all in the nation of Yahweh, you all are studiers. So use it for what's right. I am the resurrection. I am the Son. Only one. This is not shared. There's no shared mission here. And get out from under the damn preachers. That's the only way you're going to do it. And you got to drop that freaking Christmas. All of those are keeping you locked in with gifts and trinkets and stuff. And sitting under the preacher hard and spitting all across the book when he know nothing about the book that he carries. Satan's boy know nothing about Satan's book. He know literally nothing. So the preacher is damned. And as long as you stay under him, you are damned. As long as you do Christmas, you are lost and damned. Easter, with rabbit laying eggs. Come out from under that foolishness. Father tell you, look in the book and read. I am tired of your religious ostentations. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of your gathering and your Sabbath. There is no Sabbath. There is no Sabbath. There was none and there is none. Satan's put that in place because he enslaved you and tied you up to make it look like something is good, to give you a day off from his slavery. There is no Sabbath. The Sabbath is talking about taking a break from the law. But he flipped it, and like that one day you go into law. You can't go into law the way you couldn't approach it. You're totally outside of the law. You aren't righteous. You got to become righteous. And you can only become righteous by studying and doing what I tell you to do. Follow my voice, obey it, and that's the only way you're going to become righteous. I wrote that blog, over 80 posts in there. I wrote it for you. That's right. On August 8th, 1985, at 2 a.m., we threw Satan into hell. And he's there. We make sure he's not destroyed yet. He can see me working on his damage that he's done to you. He can see me tearing down his hell one soul at a time. He can see it. And in the end, the Father said, he's mine. He saved the pleasure of getting rid of him for himself because he doesn't put brother against brother. Satan and I have never spoken a word. You know, I helped make him, but we've never spoken a word. That's right. Never. And we will never speak a word. But children in the nation of Yahweh, children around the world, stand up and do your study and obey my voice. Go there. It costs you nothing to go to that blog. However, my Father has put a ransom on you because you have paid so much tribute to the building of Satan's temples, these hellholes that's on every corner. He put that on you, not me. Me, I make a good living. That's right. I know how to create wealth. That's right. So you need to take a look, step back and take a look at what you think you know and what you're doing, because you didn't hear my Father when he was here. You didn't hear him. I say you heard something, but to hear him is to understand what he was telling you. You didn't understand it. That's right. My Father, again, is not the messenger. He's not the Messiah. Neither did he claim to be. So now you check out what he teach. He taught you from the Bible the time he's here. His purpose was to meet with me. I am his son. That's right. That's how I knew to come looking for him. Because we could talk and speak to telepathy, which you lost with Satan. That's right. That's the first thing you lost when Satan approached you in the garden. You lost your ability to speak with the Father and me. I'm going to give you some scriptures, and I want you to go study them. And these are predominantly for the people in the nation Yahweh to try to bring you forward to where you are comfortable obeying my voice and doing the things that you're supposed to do. And that is Psalm 89, 21, verse 20 to 37. Read it. Hebrews 10, 9 and 7. That's right. 1 Thessalonians 4, 16. 1 Thessalonians 5, 21 and 22. John 5, 37 through 38. 2 Kings 7, 13 through 16. And 2 Kings 7 and 29. Hebrews 1, 4 through 5 and 6. Hebrews 2, 7. And 7, 10 through 14. Hebrews 10, 16 through 17. These are scriptures to help you along so that you would get to know my Father Yahweh Ben Yah, who you really didn't know. He said, asked you, can you see me in there? He said it to you. I know it because I've seen it. He said, you see this body, this speaking of him, third person, second. He said, but can you see me in there? See, you really didn't understand whom he is. Not was, whom he is. And again, study Isaiah 42, 21 through 23. Study Isaiah 42, 1 through 4. And study John 14, 10. Isaiah 43 and 7. Isaiah 66 and 5. Telling you, all people see, the Messiah is not loved by you, even by you. I'm hated because I come to take away the devil's teaching from you, which you love. Because it teaches you that you can get by. There's no getting by here. You can't escape anywhere. But you are like other people. You love that because you want to escape. That's right. Study Isaiah 64:4. Study Hebrew 9:26. Tell you that I come once in the last days. Only once. I didn't come 2,000 years ago. I didn't come 200 or 300 years ago. I come in the last days. I am the last. This is the last ship out of here. And I come to close this down. That's right. I come to shut it down. It's enough of this foolishness been going on too long. The power given to me. Read John 5:22-23. Not my Father. He's giving this to me. That's right. Study. Read it. 2 Timothy. That's right. 2:15. Revelation. Read 2:1-5. That's right. 1 John 3:8 and 3:9. And Psalms 91, 1, 14 and 14-16. Study those which will bring you up and help you to see more, providing you get your mind right, and you will not be caught in the trap behind false leaders. That's right. Anything that teach you or that you hear say a word against me is doomed. It's one thing not to believe me. That's what you should do. I don't ask you to believe me. Nowhere did I tell you believe me or to believe in me. I tell you to prove me. I said prove me herewith. That's right. And I'm not promising no gift of pouring out no gift to heaven. That's a preacher thing. I'm not promising you any gift. What I promise you, if you become righteous, is that I put you into the kingdom. That's my promise to you. But to all this other stuff that the devil wants to bring forward, don't you believe it. That's right. Do not believe it. The devil come with many tricks, and he'll use anybody. You got a feeble mind, you be used. But I've watched you. I've come over to your temple, left many notes. I talked to your so-called leader. But because of bigotry, injury, envy, and jealousy, he never say anything to you. I talked to a few of you all, and I want to know, what is your problem? The problem is you still caught up into Satan's trap. It tells you in Proverbs, if you hating me, you love death. You're gonna die. You're already dead once, but you're gonna die the second death, because I'm gonna put you there. You can't hate me and get into the kingdom. You can't despise me and get into the kingdom. You cannot disobey me and get into the kingdom. I am he. I am the resurrection. That's right. To all nations and every butt that's ever turned to the soil, everybody has ever drawn a breath here, shall, must, and will answer to this angel. You're going to answer to me. There's no way around it. You don't have to hear me, but you will answer to me one way or the other. You will answer to me and rejoice in the reward, or you will scream and holler when I send you into hell. I haven't come here to play games. And I tell you, and I've not come to argue with the ignorant about what they think they know. There are people among you in the nation that will hold you back. And there were some good people there. Many of them used to ride all the way out of Miami to hold meetings with me to avoid the fowler. That's right. All the way out of Miami. And come to me, and we held meetings. I held back on a lot of my teaching while the Father was here, because I'm not going to try to overstep my Father. But once my Father exited, it was open season on everything that Satan built. And my Father told me, he said, launch. I've been writing on my blog ever since 1985. That's right. And November 30th, 2013, he said, launch it. So these things that you see in there are up by my Father's intention, by his instructions. That's right. It's not just something I threw up there. I don't need to try to be famous before you. There's so many things that I could have done to be famous. From singing to sports to no end, I mastered all sports. Literally mastered them. That's right. Engineering, medicine. That's right. Even in theology, in Satan's own thing, I mastered over his boys. They couldn't have touched my shoestring. That's right. Because I am the angel Gabriel. I'm much more brilliant. I'm not even going to mention them in so forth competing. Because they can't compete with me. Education, science, engineering. All those things. That's right. So I'm not looking for fame. The world know about Gabriel already. It is ironic how the whole world know about Gabriel, and none of you knew my Father's name. Most of you don't know it now. But back to this, YHWH, they call the God of 4 letters. Satan gave that name so that you would know. My Father's name before me was Yud. When he made me, it became Yud-Hey. Because when there's more than one, there need to be peace. And at that time, it was he is perfect, and H brought peace. So there's perfect peace. That's right, between my Father and me. He gave Satan access to you. Satan couldn't force you to do anything, so not the devil made me do it. He couldn't force you to do anything. He gave Satan access to you. So when Satan came, he added the Yud-Hey is what he did. You saw, the stealers of the book of the law saw Hey in there, and they put Yud-Hey to you, which was still not my Father's name, because of the era of Satan in the midst. I am here. I am establishing H again. I remove War from my Father's name because it didn't belong there. Y'all mentioned you, but you didn't hear it. That's right. And then he quiet very too because he knew that's mine. He got quiet. If you listened to him and not just look at his image, you would have heard him. So I'm establishing H again, which is be he who is perfect peace. Because that's what I'm bringing to you. All of those of you who rise, I will give you perfect peace. No more slave ship. No more anguish and dying. No more sickness. That's right. No more losing your loved one and your partners to death, which only come through Satan. It's in Satan's era. And you will always be able to rejoice and see my Father and I and my loving brothers, the angels. That's right. You will be amongst us, living and walking freely. You are being offered that nothing else, no one else can offer you. And I tell you like this, if those of you who don't want to study and don't want to get up and you want to be lazy, I don't need you anyway. Because my number is kept. And it's not 144,000. I see y'all throw that thing about 144,000. I see you in the nation believing that too. My Father didn't give you that. That's stuck up by Satan. Remember, in the most high place, there are no numbers. There are no letters. There are no words spoken by the tongue. So that should help you again in isolating and dividing and to separating the word of truth from the lies spoken of in 2 Timothy 2:15. That's right. You take a look at the number. Do you know there are over 8 billion people here today? And you think that I would lay my life down and walk away from here with just 144,000? Well, who would they be? So the whole world falls to Satan and go down with it. Then he would have succeeded in destroying most of the world. And he doesn't have that power. He doesn't have that right. He was never given power or authority over you. Only access to you. So those amongst you who are talking against me know you that they're dead already. So you walk away and go to your homes and do your study. You don't need to collect with no. When you collect and gather a bunch of people, you know that somebody is there. There's a heckler in the group to try to destroy those who have moved forward. Now, if you want to gather with someone who know like you, someone who think like you, someone who's trying to move forward to become righteous and earn their way into the kingdom. It's who the gathering is not the gathering, but it's who you gather with. That's right. And I know about the lodge over there. I know about some of them down in Miami. Because when I showed up, you could have blown you over with a feather. Because for some reason, you thought that some of you all would be the messenger. You haven't a clue what it takes to be the messenger. You haven't a clue what it is to be the messenger. Again, it tells you that the messenger is an untimely birth. Some of you knew my birthday, and which is on December 13th, and you see that they tabooed the 13th, you ought to think. Don't come in. I have to apologize for y'all for that outburst, but Satan sent someone to be tapping on my door, and it interferes with my recording. Let you know that Satan is busy and he uses anyone who he can. But back to that, my birthday is on the 13th, written in the book of the law. And they try to taboo it so that when I come, because my birthday is on the 13th, and they give you this devil's day on the 25th, and that you would back away or shy away from me. No 13th seat on an airplane. No 13th floor in a high rise. And all these other ignorant sayings they have about the 13th. It's foolishness. And as I tell you, when you to thin the Bible out, you get rid of myth, all myth. You get rid of magic, you eliminate it, mark it out in your book. You get rid of all the witchcraft. You get rid of every name. But there were no names. There are no names in the book of the law. But for you, for the Bible, get rid of all names and all words that start with a J. Get rid of it. That's right. It helps you to thin out some of the foolishness. These old fish and loaves, get rid of it. That's right. Walking on water, get rid of it. I'm his son and I have to swim, but don't I drown? So don't believe the foolishness. Get rid of it. Separate it. That's right. Rightly dividing. Part of 2 Timothy. So that you can ride. I love all of you. I'm speaking this way because I'm serious. It is a serious thing about your soul. That is most serious. Or second most serious. About you rising. My father is most serious. So hear me. My father tell you, obey his voice. These things are done for you, not for me. I was safe forever. I don't come to die for anyone's sin. That's right. I'm not going to be punished for your sin. I live forever. The mission is mine. There's nothing in existence could do this mission but me. And again, read it in the book of Revelation 5, chapter 5, verses 1, 3, 4, 2, and 7. And stop there because the rest is just trash. So don't go read your way on over into trash because you still remain lost. That's right. Revelation 12:9 tell you that the whole world is deceived. And he didn't say all save one. When I started, the whole world is deceived. Satan took advantage of you. He's much smarter than you. No, He's much more brilliant than you. He's not smart. If he was smart, he wouldn't be Satan. His mind is high above yours. And my Father didn't dethrone him. He came with all of his angelic power. Power to deceive. The power to cause, to feed you enough. In other words, and if you want to sell anything somebody, you see it, hear it, and see it, and then they buy it in most cases. I mastered marketing also. So you see, he had the advantage on you. Children in the nation of Yahweh, study. Look at my films. Go to my blog. Study and get your name moved from one book over to the other. I have that second book. It is a real live book. That's right. It's not something fictitious, some fictional character, a fictional thing. It is a real book. And only those who follow through, pay your ransom, do your study, and send your name to me. I have a Gmail there. That's right. And I believe it'll hold your name if you put it there. I love you. First, my Father loved you. That he was prepared to prepare his baby to come to you. Then I love you. My brothers, the angels, love you. We all love you. More than you love yourself. And I tell you like this, I hope to see you all at the gate. Be well, obey my voice, and study and come alive. Take back your soul from the fowler who stole it. He is a master thief. I love you. Be blessed.